A few weeks ago, I set a goal for myself that I would walk every single day and go to the gym like 3 times a week to see if it would make a difference in my physical and mental health. Today, I'm checking back in to share progress on my goals, tell you what's been working, what's been helping, and what really hasn't made much of a difference at all on my physical and mental health. If this is your first time joining me, I'm Kristen. I live with chronic low energy, brain fog, and widespread pain that doctors have diagnosed as fibromyalgia. Living with these symptoms has affected my mental and physical health over the years, sometimes worse than others. I'm documenting my journey out of a pretty bad flare-up that over the past year has left me with really low energy and really bad brain fog, which has kind of caused some depression and anxiety over leaving the house. My energy levels have been absolute garbage over the past year. At the beginning of 2023, I was teaching yoga twice a week. I was walking every day. I was skateboarding and roller skating throughout the week, and I was even managing to go out for a surf, a couple times a month. Within the past year, I've struggled just to go for a walk every day. Staying inside and not getting a lot of exercise has put me into this depression and anxiety spiral, and I've also gained weight on top of it, obviously, because I'm not working out at all. I'm not really moving much, and so it's kind of like this weird chicken and egg situation where my physical health leads me to having bad mental health, or vice versa. I'm not exactly sure what comes first, but they're both definitely related. I know that sometimes, I'll go through a life change and I'll end up having what I describe as fibro symptoms from it, because I'll get kind of depressed, or I'll get anxious from this life change, whatever it is. And then I'll end up having brain fog and widespread body pain, which kind of feeds into more depression and anxiety because you're not feeling well. Anyway, I reached a point a month ago where I decided that I just couldn't live with the symptoms anymore. Working with my doctor, we sorted out a plan for some of my physical symptoms, and I've been really working on my mental health primarily. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I set a goal for myself that I would walk every single day and go to the gym 3 times a week. Do I want to leave the house? No. Do I want to get fit and increase my serotonin? Yes. Do I have any motivation to get out of loungewear and actually go and do these things? No. I'm gonna be honest, I've struggled with going to the gym. It's not a high dopamine activity for me. I get for some people that it is how they stay motivated and regulated. My boyfriend is one of those people, but I just really don't like going to the gym, and so I haven't been able to stick to my goal of going 3 times a week. I thought that if I just went for 10 or 15 minutes, I could just do it and push through it. But it's honestly been, once a week. When I do go to the gym, all I do is lift. I just do a little stretching, and then I just do some free weight lifting. And I have really enjoyed the feeling of getting stronger each time over the past few weeks. Even though I'm only going for 1 week, I am noticing a difference. So I think I'm going to continue to push myself to go, even if it's just once a week. That's good enough for me. I've mainly kept up with walking, which has been great. I go for a slower walk for 25 to 30 minutes during my lunchtime. And then the evening I do a brisk walk with my dog for 30 to 45 minutes. I do this 5 to 6 days a week, and then the other 1 or 2 days I have more of a rest day where my dog Mochi and I just go for a slower walk during the day. Walking has been a game changer for me, which is pretty wild because there's so much conflicting information online. You'll read some articles and watch videos from trainers that are well, walking is pretty much just generally good for your health, but don't expect any big results out of it. And then there's other people who are yeah, walking is awesome, keep walking, keep doing it. So it's a good lesson on just doing your own research and finding what works for you. Just from my everyday hot girl walks, I've noticed a reduction in a lot of the physical symptoms that I was feeling. I'm noticing an increase in my energy levels, a reduction in brain fog, and I don't know, a feeling of optimism, a feeling that like I want to go out and try more things and do more things and actually get out of the house, which feels more like me. That feels like me, and that's awesome. Just the other night, I went to the gym willingly without having to convince myself. And I also had a board game night with my boyfriend, which I've been resisting so much because it's been so hard to think clearly that, learning a new board game or having to remember how to play a board game would give me actual anxiety because I knew that it would be so hard to like chew through the thick brain fog to just understand and sit down and play a game, but I could actually think clearly, which was awesome. I loved that. So walking has been so huge for me, so huge. I'm gonna keep it real though. I still struggled to get out of bed this morning. I still struggle in general to get myself out of the house, and I'm still really like pushing myself out of my comfort zone. It's not like it hasn't been like this overnight change, or it hasn't even been like, a major change in the past few weeks that I've been doing this. It's just like a slow and steady return to what feels like me. Going forward, I would like to do longer walks in the evening time, maybe aiming for like 2.5 miles to 3 miles instead of just 2. Just thinking about setting different gym goals for myself puts me in a mood. It gives me the ick. So I think I'm just gonna keep the gym pretty ad hoc as it has been. Just once a week is totally fine for me, but like that's just what works for me. Like I said, it doesn't bring me any sort of like special joy to go to the gym. I don't get a feeling of accomplishment. I don't feel like happy and regulated like I do from walking. So I'm just gonna keep that pretty, like once a week. Because I do like the feeling of getting stronger. I do like lifting. I do like the change that I'm very slowly seeing in my body. So I will continue to go to the gym, even if it's just for once a week. I really want to add yoga back into the mix. I was feeling my absolute best when I was practicing yoga on the regular. And after I stopped teaching, I stopped going to classes too. Like I would do little stretches and breathing exercises and meditations throughout the day and just kind of like little small like baby yoga activities, but I haven't done a yoga class in ages. So I'm planning on doing some yoga with Adrienne here on YouTube going forward at least once a week so I can get back into the rhythm of doing regular yoga. Just thinking of adding more physical activity, there's like a little voice inside of me that is yelling. She's like, no, absolutely, we need to not add more activity. We need to reduce the activity we're doing and just rest. And I'm like holding her and just telling her that it's going to be okay, and that, it's okay to be more active because that's what's actually going to get us to feeling better again. Like this little voice, like she just wants to feel better. She's tired of feeling sick. Okay, I'm gonna get emotional. She's just tired. She's just tired of feeling crappy all the time, and I get it. And so she wants to stay comfortable and safe. But staying inside and just staying on the couch is not what's gonna get us there. We've been trying that for the past year, and I've just been feeling worse and worse, and so I'm trying to something different now. So I'm just trying to like hold her and tell her that it's gonna be okay, and that doing these little physical activities, just like walking and going to the gym, is what's going to get us back to feeling good and feeling like we want to go outside and how we want to see friends and how we want to go roller skating and skateboarding, all the things we love, and like that's what's going to get us back there. So I'm just like being really gentle with myself in that sense. In conclusion, I do think that regular physical activity does make a difference in mental health symptoms, and it's made a difference in like my physical health as well with my fibromyalgia symptoms. But it does require quite a bit of experimentation. Well, maybe not quite a bit, but at least a little bit of experimentation on your behalf to figure out what works for you. You know, like the gym may or may not work for you. Walking may or may not work for you. Going for a jog may or may not work for you. You know, for you, it might be that you go play pickleball or tennis or like a sports activity to get you back outside, to get you back active again. Or it might just be like stretching or yoga or something that's like a little bit lower impact. And don't listen to haters that say things like low energy, low impact workouts don't do anything for you. Like, they don't know you. They don't live what life you're living. They don't know how hard it is to get off the couch. They don't know, or maybe they did know, but they've forgotten how hard it is. And so I think just doing little things and staying consistent with it really makes a difference. Even if it's only 5 minutes, even if it's only 10 or 15 minutes, it's like, do little things, and it has to be something that you don't hate. Like, you can't force yourself to go do something you hate. Find some sort of like little activity that you can do for that 10 to 15 minutes several times a week, and go do that. And I really honestly think that that's gonna make a huge difference if you just stay consistent with it, like I've been consistent with the walking. Thank you for listening to me today. I really was excited to talk about this subject because, like, it's one of the things that's really working for me, and I want it to work for other people too, you know? Like, I think sometimes it's hard when you talk about exercise and mental health because it is so difficult to like get out of that comfort zone, and it is so difficult to like hold that part of yourself and tell them that's going to be okay, and just like keep pushing and keep going. And you know, like I said, you just got to find that thing that works for you. And like, I'm so excited because like this thing has been working, and I just wanted to give you guys an update that it's working. Like, I'm getting out of this awful flare up, and it's awesome. It feels so good. If you liked today's video, please like and hit the subscribe button as well, which honestly, it just tells YouTube to recommend this video out to others who might be going through a similar journey, who might be like us in a similar spot where they're just trying to figure out how to get out of, you know, whatever flare up that they've been going through, whether it's physical health or mental health. And like, I think just seeing someone who's on the journey with you, I am on the journey with you, absolutely makes a difference, because otherwise you feel alone. You feel like you can't face it. You feel like, you know, people are either living in like this crappy hellhole, or you see people who on social media who are like bright and shining and energetic, and you're just like, how do I make that jump? And it's possible to make that jump. This is making the jump, and it's not a jump. It's like a series of footsteps, one in front of the other, that gets you there. And so let's take that journey together. Again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week.